Ron Kaneshige is normally a mild-mannered restaurant manager, but when he puts on his steampunk outfit, he transforms into somebody completely different. Call him Superfan, the man behind the Hawaii Entertainment Expo. But I bet they didn't have any video games as fun as this.
My goal is convention domination, then Oahu, and then the world. I'm Ron Kaneshige. How I got into the expo? Well, it actually started out being a regular conversations with like 5 or 6 people in a house, right, in Kaimoki. Just saying, well, what do the people really want as far as attendees? What are we missing here in Hawaii as far as an expo experience? And that was the beginning. We're just like, well, let's do it. Let's put an expo together. And about a year and a half of planning later, here we are at the Blaisdell. And then this is year 2, so now it's the second year of planning just to make this thing work and go together. This is basically a convention for anime, sci-fi. It's costuming, gaming. It's almost like a pre-Halloween dress-up costuming event. You can see costumes walking around right now, the Death Star backdrop in my background, and so it's kind of amazing. Well, the first expo, we of course, any first event runs into a lot of challenges. You might be able to hear the sound in the background, and it's good and manageable. Although we partnered with a car show, which was loud, and the music was insane. You can almost not hear us talking together at this distance. So that was some of the things that went wrong. Things didn't happen on time. We couldn't find some of our guests, so it's been a rough ride. Since then, we learned a lot of strategies, and we basically got together afterward to find out how to make sure all that doesn't happen this year. And the people will forgive you 1 year. They won't forgive you 2 years if you make the same mistakes. The first one, I believe we had almost 1,000 people come to the front doors, which was kind of amazing considering that I was like, okay, well, I have no idea how big an expo will be. This particular expo, because it's a multi-genre convention, we want to see over 10,000 people. But not just that, we want to focus on each genre. We want to bring a movie star down for that genre. We want to bring a tournament that's going to bring thousands of dollars, or compete on a global level so the winners get to fly somewhere else, or bring guests from Japan, or bring this whole steampunk venue to Hawaii, because there's nothing like it here. So kind of getting everything we do and kick it up a handful of notches where people are like, oh my God, I saw Grace Park from CBS or from Hawaii 5.0 here. That's the kind of feel that we want to start to get, but for every single genre that we have. This convention really helps out the entrepreneurs and small businesses, especially with this economy. People are looking for alternative ways to earn money, not just in a traditional store. A lot of the people behind me have shops online. They make stuff and they make trinkets out of their home, but just to basically give them an arena to present their products that are sometimes subculture, that only are attractive to certain people, gamers, anime, costuming, cosplay. When I'm not running this operation, basically this convention, I'm pretty much just a waiter and a bartender at a restaurant. My wife does web design, and we both work to help pay the bills. We stash a little money on the side, extra, and then what we do is we use that money to fund things like this, projects that we think that will be interesting, that doesn't carry a whole lot of risk, that basically won't bankrupt us if we fail miserably. That will be like, okay, well, we can afford to lose this much, it'll hurt, but we can recover from it and go from there. I grew up in Hawaii Kai, and I went to Kaiser High School for my high school education. Around that time, that's when I started a room service kind of delivery for the Hawaii Kai area. And that actually did pretty good considering I was young and not knowing anything. It took up way too much of my time, working 7 days a week, and I kind of didn't like that lifestyle. I closed that down because I wanted more time for myself. I've opened other businesses, some are nonprofit, some were, I've opened other businesses online, and I've almost been sued by a marketing corporation before. So it's been kind of a rough and tumble ride, not this easy glide into business, but kind of learning by trial and error and trying to find people who know what they're doing. Next year, we're going to have it's going to be amazing, a lot more people, like some of the people you see here, just a ton of awesomeness. We'll probably be at the same location. We'll play bigger, we'll play better. Better guests, more from Japan. We have people from the World Cosplay Summit coming down, judges, larger tournaments, more money online, a whole bunch of fun. Yay!